2 meets in 2 states over 72 hours. We have all of the highlights coming up for you right now inside LSU Gymnastics. Let's go.
Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is brought to you each week by Women's Hospital. When experience matters, choose Women's Hospital. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers! And Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way home buyers prefer it. Call David today to get pre-approved. 225-921-8152. Inside LSU Gymnastics with Dee Bro is an exclusive presentation of the LSU Sports Television Network.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome again inside LSU Gymnastics, along with head coach Dee Bro. I'm Mike Smith. Well, as we said in the open, it was 2 meets in 2 states over 72 hours for the Fighting Tigers of LSU, and it was absolutely no problem. The Tigers taking down not only SEC opponents, but Pac-12 opponents as well. And we're going to dive into all of the action. Dee, it started at gym quarters just outside of St. Louis, Missouri on Friday night. It was a terrific atmosphere, a chance for your Tigers to be on podium, which we know is a very, very important thing to do as we lead into the last part of this season.
Yeah, and it's a great meet. You know, he had 8 college teams there. Scotty Cusimano does a great job, puts it on a podium, so we have the opportunity to compete like we would at our SEC championships and then at our national championships. But the level of competition was fabulous. And Lindenwood competed in the first rotation, and they won that one. And then it was LSU, Utah, Stanford, and Missouri in the second rotation, and LSU was victorious.
Absolutely. The Tigers came out on top. A strong rotation, a bit of a different rotation that you had finishing on floor and then vaulting as well. So the leg events in the second half of the meet, and your Tigers rose to the challenge.
Well, Utah's ranked higher than us. They're 4th. We're 5th in the rankings. And they got to start on vaulting, so we started on bars, which was very, very good for us. And we were able to get Sammy Durante back in the lineup there. But I tell you what, Sammy and Ruby, the entire lineup there just, you know, highlighted and did a fabulous job building momentum and taking us right into beam.
And as always, our highlights brought to you by TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue. Dee, absolutely, the atmosphere was right for your Tigers to circle the wagons. I know you've been improving on some events we talked about last week, some of your points of emphasis, and it looked like the Tigers just came out with a bit of a purpose and a chip on their shoulders to lay it down there against Utah and some of the others.
Well, and you know, the whole thing, you know, Jay did the show last week, and Jay's very good at the timing of things and bringing the bar lineup along, and I just think everything is beginning to, you know, turn that corner as we're mid-season. But going into beam, you know, after a great bar score there, we go into beam on the podium, and it's a little bit different feel. But Christina Desiderio started us off well, and you know, we kept McKenna in that lineup because Sammy, we just weren't really sure about putting her in 2 events, her first time out. But, you know, Bridget Dean did a great job, and we just moved right on forward through the meet. It was fabulous.
It was indeed, and you felt like momentum was on your side. Again, Utah's pushing the Tigers, the 4th ranked team in the country, the #1 seed there in that particular session. But you get over to the floor exercise, and I know you've been talking about landings, you've been talking about form, toe point, and it really looked like things are coming around on the event.
And, you know, we changed a little bit of how we're training in preparation for that meet, and a little more intensity as far as the landings and the technique and what we're expecting of it, because we feel like at this point they're ready for that. You know, like we've said earlier, we're not going to be able to start as strong as we have in the past, and that's been true. But I think as we've begun this march through the season, the kids are really rallying, and you're seeing that enthusiasm and that self-confidence, and you know, nothing better than self-confidence. And as you watch these kids on floor on this podium, they are getting their confidence, and it's coming together.
Absolutely is. And then you flip it around and you finish the meet over on vaulting. And we just need to pause a moment and give credit where credit is due. A 9.9 start value for Sarah Finnegan. and she goes 9.95, a perfect score on a perfect flared vault that was remarkable to watch.
Yeah. And when you start off with that kind of statement, and then we've got some difficulty. We've got some 10-0 start value vaults that, when they stick, they score really well. I thought Ruby's vault was as good as we've seen her do, with the exception of the big one we saw at Alabama. But, having McKenna with a 10-0 start value, that vault's going to get better and better. And we saw a better vault when we talk about the meet on Sunday. We saw a better vault out of her on Sunday. But, Sarah Edwards, it's so high, it's so big. She goes 9-9 on that vault. And that's kind of where we expect her to be every time she goes out there. And then Kennedy Edney, another beautiful vault. But, you go back-to-back 10-0 start values. And, that's what the top teams are doing. And we feel like we're going to compete for a championship. And we've got to do that, too.
The Tigers take down Utah and the others there at the gym quarters meet. A really, really positive on the high side 197 score. I know that is something that you really will look forward to counting when we get into the regional qualifying score portion of the season.
And it snowed, and it was really kind of special, but scary because we weren't sure we were going to be able to get out and be able to get home and have that rest all day Saturday. But it worked. It was perfect. It
was absolutely a perfect trip for the Fighting Tigers. You get 3 victories on the road there outside of St. Louis, Missouri. And when we come back after this timeout, we'll take you to the second half of the huge weekend of LSU Gymnastics right after this timeout.
When you're expecting, you have expectations. But what if there was more? What if your caregivers were your teachers and your cheerleaders? And they helped you plan and prepare so you can have a voice in your care. This is the experience of a lifetime. And experience matters. Your experience starts with the Pregnancy Navigator at Women's Hospital.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in-store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough. And maybe tonight you'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe you'll shine. Or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Assurance Financial. When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. Lending the way homebuyers prefer it.
Welcome back inside LSU Gymnastics. It's time now, Dee Dee, for our exceptional performer of the week, brought to you as always by Women's Hospital. When experience matters, choose Women's. You have a village here at LSU Gymnastics, Dee Dee, that you've talked about quite often. That village always starts the season with a plan, and working the plan through the season allowed you to do some things this weekend as it does the rest of the season, that are really exemplary?
You know, it starts at the top. You know, Joe Oliva, our athletic director, he gives us so many resources to be successful and compete at the highest level. And then Mark Ewing is our sports administrator, and he's very hands-on. Then it goes, you've got our academic center. And, you know, while we were on the road, Lexi Priestman needed to be tutored, and she Skyped with her tutor so that she wouldn't miss a tutorial session in preparation for this week. But then, you know, you have Earl Chevalier, our strength coach, who does a lot of preparation, a lot of strength and conditioning and maintenance work at this point in the season just to keep them where they are. Mallory Mickus, our trainer, you know, she's in the gym every day with us, and whenever we are off on a Saturday or a Wednesday or whatever day, she's in the training room with them doing maintenance, doing rehab and treatment on injuries and prevention of injuries. Our nutritionist, Rebecca Moore, she's new. She was this is her second year with us, but fabulous. She was a gymnast at Utah State and is very committed to what she does. And she doesn't just work with us. She's got 5 or 6 sports that she focuses on. And of course, everybody works on football, but she's fabulous, and she's hands-on with the kids. I mean, she does the DEXA scans and everything that it takes to be completely conscious of what you're putting in your body. And you know, it's just it's a village. Our sports information people, our incredible electronic media people that do this show, and our graphics person Stephanie. I mean, it just goes on and on, but they're totally committed. Everybody that does some part of making our program successful, the job that you do in the PMAC as the voice of the Tigers, and it goes on, and it takes a village and everyone working in unison.
Well, and it makes weekends like this one possible. And you stepped into the Maravich Center. Talking about that village, it grew by about 11,000 when we looked up into the stands there in the Maravich Center on Sunday afternoon. A great matinee against Missouri, an SEC opponent, Dee, and your team absolutely responded like you had just walked off the floor in St. Charles, Missouri on Friday, and you walked right back in another door into the PMAC, and you picked up where you left off.
You know, Mike, it takes so much to put on so many events on this campus, and you look at the turnaround and the PMAC and the crew that does that, and we're getting ready for a big basketball game on Wednesday. But you know, it's unbelievable, and people don't see what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. They probably should give a big tip of the cap. Of course, your village is going to be our exceptional performer of the week for helping make this double weekend so successful. Dee, I'll tell you, the Missouri meet, you were shot out of a cannon on vaulting right off the bat. Sarah Finnegan opens you up with another quality effort, but you just kept rolling through the first half of the meet. You rolled over into the uneven bars, and I thought it was some of the best bar sets, handstands, releases high above the bar, landings, of course, that brings the crowd to their feet.
And I think the consistency there is what I'm really excited about. We're beginning to see the same excellent performances week in and week out, and that's what builds to a successful end of the season. And for us to be able to do this right here in the middle of the season, 2 meets back to back, and we travel next week to Arkansas, and we'll have a really light week this week, but because the kids are tired. I mean, that takes its toll. But the quality of performance, and you're right, it started in every one of our vaults. I thought Ruby Harrell's vault was beautiful in the air. Everyone had a real quality in the air. Everybody didn't stick their vaults, and that's coming. That's a process, and that's a work in progress. But
career high, McKenna Kelly, 9.925, leading you to the second highest vault score of the season, third highest bar score of the season as well. That was tremendous in the first half of that meet as well. And you were at 98.775 at the halfway point, and you really thought that going into balance beam, you could seize further momentum and cement the big W.
Well, you know, and that's where you see a little bit of fatigue, I think. Not as much physical fatigue, but mental and emotional fatigue. I mean, you really have to put the hammer down and press yourself to be mentally tough in that event. And Christina Desiderio started us off fabulous, and then, you know, Bridget Dean, gosh, what a beautiful routine, the interior of that routine, and then you saw the dismount, the little bitty step on the dismount, that's fatigue. But had she have stuck that dismount, that's as beautiful a beam routine as we've seen Erin Mekadag or any of our former great beam workers do.
And how about Sammy Durante bouncing back after being out a couple of weeks, well documented on her injury there, sets her career high mark on balance beam on Sunday.
Well, you know, her mom's a coach, and her mom was here to see that. So that's always exciting when you can share that kind of great victory. But she was amazing. She did a beautiful job.
Third highest beam score of the season for the Fighting Tigers. Sets you up beautifully, Dee Dee, to move here in the fourth rotation. The four fingers come up. Our crowd comes to their feet. It's floor time. It's electric on Sunday afternoon inside the Maravich Center. And Ruby Harrell just comes shot out of a cannon.
You know, Ruby did the same thing on Friday, and she gave us 6 great events for the weekend and capped off, I think, her best weekend, her best meet performances since she's been at LSU. But, you know, beautiful job, and still focusing very, very hard on improving every week. And the landings, her leap combination is getting better. Everything about that routine, and she's in great shape mentally and physically. She's just getting the job done.
And how about Christina Desiderio, the sophomore, ties her season high, 9.85 in that second spot. You move right into Reagan Campbell with another 9.85, and then Kennedy Edney with the first of 3 9.95 scores in a row for the Fighting Tigers. For Edney, it's a season high.
Well, she's been struggling with that first pass. I mean, that's no secret. Everybody's been out, everybody's seen it, everybody's commented on it. You know, it's like, can't you do a better job coaching it? And but once she figures out, you know, what she's doing incorrectly, she's going to fix it herself.
Right.
And she really came out of the floor nice and stretched, and it didn't travel, and she went and got the floor. And that's what Sarah Finnegan is constantly saying. Don't let the floor come get you. Go get the floor.
Oh, that's right. That's really a great point.
And she did. She went and got the floor and just carried that enthusiasm and that big face throughout the entire competition. It was fun to watch. And if that didn't light up the end of the lineup, nothing will.
I'll tell you, speaking of lighting it up, how about Sarah Finnegan, season high 9.95. McKenna Kelly in the anchor spot. That, to me, has been one of the more important shifts in the lineup this season. Absolutely brought the house down, nailed her routine as well as we've seen the entire season.
Well, and she's getting stronger. She's getting confident. You know, it takes a lot to come back from the injury that she had, and you see what she's doing now. She's vaulting, she's doing beams, she's doing floors. She's come back from that injury in spades.
Absolutely.
And she really gives us a whole lot of enthusiasm. What you saw on the floor is minor to what we experienced in the hallway, her leading the team, and we don't get tired. And I mean, it was so much fun, and the kids brought that fire all the way through the meet.
197.65 season high score in front of over 11,000 fans in the Maravich Center. Wow, it's still buzzing around here after that huge weekend of LSU Gymnastics. So much more to come. Don't change that dial. We'll be right back.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
When you find the home you want to buy, choose a mortgage lender that can help you buy it. David Alello with Assurance Financial. David specializes in helping first-time home buyers, offering conventional FHA, VA, RD construction, and jumbo loans. David takes the hassle out of getting a home loan while making you feel right at home. Lending the way you like it. Call David today at 921-8152. That's 921-8152. David Alello with Assurance Financial.
When company comes to town,
company's coming!
We go all out. All you gotta do is get down here and visit Baton Rouge.
The 2019 SEC Gymnastics Championship is headed to New Orleans, Louisiana on Saturday, March 23rd, where the elite student athletes in the country will compete for the SEC Gymnastics Championship title. We'll see you in the Big Easy at Smoothie King Center on March 23rd. For more information and to purchase your tickets, visit secsports.com. SEC Gymnastics. It just means more.
Big day today. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a normal day in a normal place with normal crawfish prepared 36 ways. Maybe today you'll make that breakthrough. And maybe tonight you'll break through too. Maybe it'll rain. Maybe you'll shine. Or today could just be one of those days. For the unpredictable and the unencumbered, at LSU, maybe counts for a little something extra. Maybe? Absolutely.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by TJ Ribs. TJ Ribs, legendary Louisiana barbecue.
This week's special feature brought to you as always by Dow. Dow has been a great teammate of the Fighting Tigers for more than 60 years. Dow says go Tigers. Dee Dee, speaking about the village as we did a little earlier, you had a goal to help endow every scholarship on your gymnastics program, and we just turned a bit of a milestone with yet another on Sunday afternoon named after former LSU Tiger Maya Hambrick. Another fabulous family steps up to the plate for the Tigers.
You know, Rodney and Ann Fox are dear friends, but they're incredible LSU fans. And, you know, I met them through football. I met them, you know, in their suite for football games and through some other friends. But what a great family. And they just have embraced the opportunity to be a part of our TAF Champions Club that just wants to do endowed scholarships and give so much back to the university. And I'm really excited about the momentum that we have and the number of people that have joined our endowed scholarship program. But TAF works very hard at nurturing this and helping us create the opportunity to do it.
And how does all of that happen? Where our Garrett Walbert will take you behind the scenes right now and show you.
The LSU Gymnastics program celebrated their newest endowed scholarship during the Missouri meet, naming it after one of the program's greatest All-Americans, Maya Hambrick. Under Coach Dee Dee Bro, and in conjunction with the Tiger Athletic Foundation, the program has worked tirelessly to improve opportunities for student athletes. TAF CEO Rick Perry knows that endowed scholarships can change lives for generations.
An endowment is when a donor gives us a certain sum of money and then we invest that money, and then we take the interest each year and we use it to help defray the cost of scholarships for our student athletes. So it's a gift that goes on and on and on, which is, you know, to a lot of people, they love the idea that they're doing something that's not going to just help one time, but it's going to help for years and years to come. And, you know, that's, to many people, that's a wonderful legacy to leave.
Maya Hambrick was humbled to have the scholarship placed in her name and was excited for how it will help shape the future at LSU.
That was great. I mean, it's really important that people do endow scholarships. And so it was awesome that they thought of me to honor with the scholarship. So I'm just really glad that they were able to endow the scholarship to begin with. So we're really thankful for those kind of people. So it was great.
The Fox family, longtime supporters of LSU athletics, continue to create opportunities for student athletes through TAF.
Well, Rodney and Ann are truly generous, and they love LSU athletics, and Ross and Kristen, their children, are the same way. And so they just really, truly embrace the program, love helping young people. That's a big part of it. They're also involved and are at baseball, they're at football, they're at as many sports as they can make, and they're just real, true Tiger fans.
For more information on endowed giving, log on to lsutaf.org. Reporting for Inside LSU Gymnastics, I'm Garrett Walbert.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Visit us in-store or at academy.com for the guaranteed lowest prices. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
You guys ready?
This is the Nelson family.
Wi-Fi's good.
And their panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
Connected here.
They're helping us demonstrate the speed and coverage of its super fast signal.
Here it comes.
It covers every device and every inch of their home.
He's coming back up.
And with extenders, every room is connected. Cover every corner of your home with super fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox.
At Dudley DeBosier, we're proud to serve Tiger Nation as the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics.
To us, that means when one of you gets knocked down, we're there to pick you up.
And hopefully, we're making Louisiana a little safer in the process.
We take pride in fighting for our fellow Tiger fans.
It's a great responsibility, but even a greater honor. Demand Dudley DeBosier, the official injury lawyers of LSU Athletics. 444-4444.
The 2019 SEC Gymnastics Championship is headed to New Orleans, Louisiana on Saturday, March 23rd, where the elite student athletes in the country will compete for the SEC Gymnastics Championship title. We'll see you in the Big Easy at Smoothie King Center on March 23rd. For more information and to purchase your tickets, visit secsports.com. SEC Gymnastics, it just means more.
When you're more than a fan, the game never ends. Greatness doesn't live in the end zone, at the net, or above the rim.
It lives within every LSU student athlete, and it's your calling to bring out their greatness.
On the field, in the classroom, and in life.
We are the Tiger Athletic Foundation. For decades, we've been the team behind our Tigers. Join us. Be more than a fan.
This segment of Inside LSU Gymnastics is brought to you by Dow. Dow. For more than 60 years, Dow has been a dedicated teammate for LSU. Go Tigers!
Welcome back inside LSU Gymnastics. Our opportunity to look ahead is always brought to you by Assurance Financial, lending the way homebuyers prefer it. Dee Dee, another chance in the SEC. You go up to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas. It's a great environment for gymnastics, and I know your team will be focused and ready.
Well, it's a small coliseum. It's not their basketball arena, but it is. It's a very tight, very small arena. They usually have a pretty good crowd there, so we're excited about going, and it's a good trip. It's a great trip. So we come back on Saturday. We come back and we'll use our Saturday, use our weekend to prepare us as we move forward and don't look past Arkansas, but we've got Georgia coming up at
home.
Boy,
do we, and it's going to be huge. It's an alumni meet. It will have all of the LSU Gymnastics alumni coming back to campus that particular night, live on ESPN, 8 o'clock start there in the Maravich Center. You need to go to lsutix.net if you haven't already and help get what tickets remain. And Dee Dee, you made a great point about group tickets. If you need, call the ticket office.
Call the ticket office. If you've got a group that would like to come to that event, call the LSU ticket office and ask for Eric, or any of them will direct you to Eric, because he's part of our village that I didn't mention.
That's right.
He's our ticket guy.
Absolutely is, and we look forward to seeing you on the road, and if you can be there we know we have a lot of viewers actually in the Fayetteville area here for our television show. Come on out, wear your purple and gold, and of course pack the PMAC on March the 1st. Well, for head coach Dee Dee Bro, I'm Mike Smith. Thank you so much for joining us again this week inside LSU Gymnastics. Watch out, America. Here come the Tigers. We'll see you next week.